What's good? What's good? Not the Sacramento Police Department and their behavior. I'll link the description or the video in the description so you can go watch it if you want. But there's this really cool YouTuber. I had never seen him. And this is what I love about YouTube is encountering new channels of new content. This young man, apparently he cooks large amounts of food for the homeless. And then he goes and feeds them. I talk about that not often, but I have talked about wanting to do that in past videos myself. That's literally a goal of mine. I volunteer with dogs currently, and but I want to evolve to literally feeding the homeless. I think that's just one of the best things that you can do for your community. And so this young man made like fantastic food, beef ribs, one of my favorite foods, there was a good looking salad and a good looking roll, and I would have happily eaten that plate of food. And he made 100 pounds of beef ribs. I have no idea. He spent a lot of time, energy, and money on this charity. And so I was watching the video and I really liked the kid's vibe, and it's this, kind of small kid, but he's got a really big presence. And so he's doing great things, and please go like, comment, and subscribe on his content, and mine too while you're here. But anyways, towards the end of the video, he foreshadowed it at the beginning, but at the end you see the interaction fully. Police officer, Sergeant Jeremy Ratcliffe, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, I passed the minute mark, I can swear. I try not to swear in the first minute, but now, you fucking piece of shit. We'll get to you in a minute. He decided to shut down the food handing out operation, and he was really a dick about it. And there was no reason given. Maybe he said something about obstructing some space, but go watch the video and you tell me if that was just, if that was a just use of our police resources. And something I do talk a lot about in my videos and on my channel is the fact that self-defense against tyrants is justified. If I was there, I wouldn't have gotten in the officer's face initially, but I would have interjected. I would have said, what probable cause do you have? Is there like a city ordinance? Were we supposed to get a permit? Which is a whole nother thing. Having to get a permit to feed the fucking homeless? This is not capitalism. I don't want to get too far down that. But anyways, okay, so I would have, and then if the officer wanted to escalate, I would have matched his energy, because that's what you need to do with these bootlicking pieces of shit. You have to match their energy. So remember, you cannot initiate the use of force, especially against agents of the state, but you can defend yourself. And I happily would have told him to fuck right off. And I know you might be thinking to yourself, Andrew, it's really easy to say that from behind a camera. I did tell this story on my channel years ago. I don't remember which video, but 3 years ago when my dog was dying of cancer, brain cancer, we had this routine. I would walk him around the Tacoma Dome. I used to live like really close to the Tacoma Dome, and we'd walk around it every day. I miss him. I love him anyways. Shout out Goober. One day the police were doing motorcycle cop training in the parking lot of the Tacoma Dome. And I was like, well, it's our routine. We walk here anyways. I'll just like walk around them or whatever. And I apparently got too close, and one of the cops started yelling at me, blah, blah, blah. And I just was like, fuck you, man. And I flipped off the finger to literally a group of about 20 cops. And just me and my dog alone, and I'm standing down 20 cops, giving them the finger, telling them to fuck off, because I'm literally just walking my goddamn dog. Okay, one of my goals in life is to not get worked up as much, but I still think it's valuable to occasionally get worked up, so I got worked up. So when I say I'd have told Officer fucking Ratcliffe to fuck off, I mean it. I'm not the type of person that will just talk the talk. And I encourage you to be the type of person that will stand up to bootlickers, because ultimately that's how we're going to take back any amount of freedom that we can is through resistance. And if you want to be a part of the resistance, so many people talk about the resistance, the revolution, but not enough people talk about what that really means. And I'm not like a person that likes violence. I don't watch the UFC. I don't train UFC. I've rolled with friends just because they've invited me, but it's not like anything that appeals to me. But what does appeal to me is the idea of Sergeant Ratcliffe getting a beat down after he starts it. Let's be clear for the algorithm and for everyone. After he starts the conflict, the physical conflict, it would be nice if there was a group of people there who kicked his fucking ass. And I hope he sees this. I do. And my message to him is that go apologize to that young man. Go ask that young man to talk to you about Jesus, because you're going to need to learn to forgive yourself. First, apologize to the young man, then learn to forgive yourself and find a different job. That's what you need to do. I don't want to hate you, but you kind of are making it easy. I don't want to hate anyone. And I do want to tell you that through all of my aggression towards you, there's forgiveness. You have to seek it. That's the thing about it. You have to cultivate your relationship with Jesus. I won't get too far into that, but that's another cool thing about the video. That young man was saying, God bless you. And it made me think, I'll kind of wrap up the video on this note, because I've volunteered in the past a lot with usually what would be considered secular organizations, secular, like non-religious. And it never feels as good as watching people who are literally giving to their community and then are saying, God bless you. And I even will say that to people, even though I'm not technically like a Christian. It's just, there's something about it, that expression and that giving of love. God bless you. There's no secular alternative or equal. In my opinion, I could be wrong. I've been all morning trying to think about like, what would be the non-religious equivalent to God bless you? Sending you good vibes. It's just different for some reason to me, personally. Good vibes. And I do say good vibes sometimes too, don't get me wrong. But there's a power in this transcendence of a divine authority that ultimately does care about you and want you to thrive. Golly, this video took a weird turn. We started off talking about beating up cops in self-defense, YouTube. And now we're talking about Jesus. Jesus forgives. And I think that's a good lesson. But let me just, one more point. Oh, I forgot. This is the last point. I literally just called the Sacramento Police Department. And I waited through the options. I called the non-emergency line. And I got to a dispatch person. And I literally said, I think I just witnessed a crime, but I might need your assistance. And I said, I just watched a video of maybe one of your officers, Jeremy Ratcliffe, I think is his name, being a tyrant. And I literally, for about 3 to 4 minutes, talked to this woman. And I was like, he's a freaking butthead. I didn't swear. For some reason, I just wanted to not be that aggressive to her. She's just the dispatch operator. But she kept saying, well, I can't really take the report. You need to contact internal affairs. And at the end, I was like, I really don't want to escalate it to that level, but you should probably know that he's a butthead. I literally said that to her. And she did confirm that he works there. But this is where I need help. I need confirmation that that was him in the video. She could not confirm that for me. She did confirm that he works there, that name, Jeremy Ratcliffe. But now we need confirmation to see if it was the person in the video. The video is linked in the description below. So is my website where you can get merch to support my version of social activism. Raising awareness that there is or should be no division between us and the working class. But the ruling class and the social engineers are really good at dividing us and using bootlickers like Jeremy. Okay, I'm sorry, Jeremy. You can be forgiven. You just got to seek it. All in the video here. Much love.